Welcome back to The Morgan Show. I'm Kelsi Jones, and first up, football. Morgan loses to North Carolina Central 16-10. Cross country wraps up its regular season, and wrestling has announced its full season schedule. Let's get into it. Morgan State football players returned to the field after a 2-week break in the wake of a campus shooting. The Bears continued their season against North Carolina Central on Thursday, coming up short again, despite a tremendous defensive effort. The teams kicked off action at 7:30 p.m. and played under the lights before fans and a nationally televised audience on ESPNU. Here's Lake Marion with more on the story.
Number 10 ranked North Carolina Central Eagles beat Morgan State 16-10 on Thursday night in its first game back since September 30th. The Bears and Eagles played their first MEAC game of the season, and it was a defensive battle. The Bears' defense held strong against the Eagles, who were averaging 35.3 points per game so far this season, but couldn't contain the Eagles in the fourth quarter. After kicking a field goal early in the game to lead the Eagles 3-0, the Bears shut out the Eagles at halftime. Only UCLA had done that this season back on September 16th, but their lead would not last for long. After an amazing catch made by Bears wide receiver Anthony James Jr., Bears quarterback Dominique Anthony threw an interception deep in Eagles territory that caused the momentum to shift in the favor of the Eagles. The Eagles would capitalize with an 11-play, 35-yard touchdown and keep the lead the rest of the game. The Bears' defense kept them in the game, but the offense could not finish their drive with points until late in the fourth quarter. The Bears had 8 penalties that stopped most of their drives and 2 crucial turnovers that resulted in points for the Eagles. Head coach Damon Wilson acknowledged the turnovers, stating that the team cannot afford to give them free opportunities that the Eagles took advantage of. Despite the loss, Bears defensive back Jordan Toles was more optimistic about how they played against the number 1 team in the MEAC conference.
This game, it tells me a lot, actually. It tells me that we should be the best team in the MEAC. It tells me that the rest of the MEAC should be on notice that Morgan State is not just Morgan State anymore. And also, it tells me that we got a lot of good ball players on our team, and we got to learn how to use those guys and exploit the opposing team's weaknesses.
The Bears will travel to Norfolk, Virginia to take on the Spartans during their homecoming next Saturday. Last season, the Spartans came to Baltimore and beat the Bears on the last play of the game for their homecoming. This time, the Bears look to get even.
Thank you, Lake. The Morgan State women's volleyball game against Coppin State was canceled this past week. According to Coach Ziamora Ortiz, food poisoning at Coppin State University caused the cancellation. I spoke with Ziamora Ortiz and a couple players about their season thus far. Morgan State's women's volleyball team returns to action. With 2 of its games against Norfolk and Coppin canceled, we asked some of the players how they felt about their extended break. Aaron Carpenter and Coach Ziamora Ortiz explained how much the break was actually appreciated by the team.
Just getting back to everything, I think it was nice to have a break for our bodies. I feel like practices have been more efficient and we can get a lot of stuff done. It wasn't the best. I think we were all ready to play, but I think that it did benefit us a little bit to have a little break there.
Right now we have to kind of reset, figure out a little bit more of what our strengths are in the conference and then be able to tackle them for the second round.
The Bears own a 6-15 record. Some may question where their season is headed and what they are doing to change its losing direction. Players say they look at more than just results to judge the direction.
As of right now, I think we're heading in a good area. We have a lot to work on, but we're working on it daily in practice. Us being pushed back for the week, us being off, I think that was a good reset for us to come back and practice and work hard. So we're just working out the kinks so that we can hopefully head to number 4 in the conference.
And the Bears have quite a few areas to work on before they hit the floor. They rank 6th overall among MEAC teams in points, averaging 13.66 points per set. They rank 7th in assists with 8.94 and 7th in kills with 9.73. The Bears lead the conference in blocks with 2.09 per set and service aces with 1.84. Catch the Lady Bears in the Hill Fieldhouse this weekend on Friday and Sunday. They host North Carolina Central and South Carolina State, two teams sitting in the bottom of the conference standings. Morgan State's men's and women's cross-country teams finished their regular season competing at the Aubrey Shank Invitational at Gettysburg College. The weather wasn't ideal as they ran in rainy and chilly conditions. The men's team placed 14th out of 26 teams. Bears top runner Perry Bennett placed 4th out of 263 runners with a new best time of 24 minutes and 47 seconds. The women's team placed 11th out of 28 teams. The Bears were led by Abigail Fisher, who finished at 23 minutes and 48 seconds, placing 35th overall. The Bears are now done with the regular season and turn focus to the MEAC Championship starting on October 28th in Smyrna, Delaware. The Morgan State's wrestling team is in full effect as they have announced the full 2023-2024 season schedule. Here's reporter Justice Georgie with more on the season.
As the Morgan State wrestling team prepares to make an impact as a program, they start their season this Saturday. The pressures of being the only HBCU team adds fuel to the fire. Still, players need little motivation with the program relaunching at Morgan for the first time in almost 30 years. Morgan State wrestling head coach Kenny Monday said this season Morgan will compete as an independent. He said no other school in the MEAC has a wrestling program, and so they will compete against teams from around the country. Monday is a former 3-time All-American. He is an Olympian. He is an accomplished coach, and now he is a Bear. Set to lead a new roster of athletes eager to hit the mat. This weekend, the Bears open the season with the blue and orange inter-squad match.
And so we're excited to see the kids compete, and all of our home matches will be right here at Hill Fieldhouse on the campus of Morgan State. And so we're excited that all the fans are excited about being here, and it's going to be exciting come Saturday, 2 o'clock. So it's going to be really fun.
Team captain Nathaniel Kendricks is no stranger to pressure. He looks forward to inspiring his teammates as they prepare for the orange versus blue game this weekend.
What I bring to the table is I bring that energy to the table, I get the people pumped up. I'm the energy of the team. You got to do that sometimes. My team, they bring the energy too, They're going to get it cracking around here. So come out this Saturday, see what we got, see a couple people get slammed.
Morgan State wrestlers say they have been training hours to perform at the highest levels. They recognize the legacy they are following at the university.
I've been growing a lot with these guys, they're like family to me, and we've been working hard since July 4th. We have a good head coach, good assistant coaches, they all know a lot, want us to win.
You can support the wrestling team this Saturday at the Hill Fieldhouse at 2 o'clock p.m.
Thank you, Justice. Morgan State's women's bowling team travels to Kutztown, Pennsylvania for the 2023 Golden Bears Bowling Invitational on October 20th through the 22nd. The Bears are coming off a top 10 performance in the Penguins Classic on October 13th in Youngstown, Ohio. All 5 of Morgan's bowlers finished in the top 50 out of the 101 bowler field. Junior Kiara Smith finished 21st overall. The transfer rolled from a team high of 969 pins. She bowled a team high of 221 in the team win over St. Francis, PA. The women's basketball team was picture-ready this past Friday as their media day took place in the Hill Fieldhouse. Reporter Jatavia Robinson got in on the action.
With the announcement of its 2023-24 schedule, the Morgan State women's basketball team is preparing for a new season, and the Bears have welcomed a new roster of players. The Bears have 5 returning players and have added 9 new players, yet there are a lot of questions that remain unanswered. The Bears finished last season with a disappointing record and lost in the opening round of the MEAC tournament after showing great promise during the regular season. 8 months later, a new group of players are figuring out a new direction on the practice court.
We might talk smack to each other, but at the end of the day, we're hugging each other, joking around. So I feel like that alone itself is just building the chemistry of our team, and we hang out a lot. So I feel like we're getting there.
Building chemistry takes time, but will factor in the quest for winning a MEAC championship this upcoming season.
We're going to win a MEAC. We want to win a MEAC. That's what we're going for. We're going for a 20-plus win season and to win a MEAC.
Edward Davis enters his 5th year as head coach for the women's basketball team and emphasizes how important it is to win a MEAC championship to this program. He has high hopes for a positive outcome with this new team.
Well, it's not about the first year or the 5th year. It's about every year you coach. In terms of its actual importance, it's extremely important to me as a coach and also to the girls that are playing.
As the Bears approach opening day on November 6th, Davis and his staff works long hours to plan strategy and identify his standout players. He is analyzing every statistical category and trusting his gut about who can help the squad win.
Let me be honest, because of injuries, because of the newness of coming to a new program, a new coach, I think for me right now, no, there are not any outstanding standouts, but as a team, I think all these girls are working extremely hard to be standouts.
The Bears start MEAC play on January 6th against the University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Thanks, JT. The men's basketball team's media day took place in the Hillfield House on Monday. Coach Kevin Brodus and his team are geared up for their first game against Arizona. Reporter Sierra Burnett spoke with Coach Brodus about their upcoming season.
Coach Kevin Brodus had another busy summer recruiting. This year, he brought in 12 new players. But after speaking with Brodus, he says it was something specific he was looking for this time around.
We're looking for winners, guys who know how to win, guys who respect winning.
One of the big names that Coach Brodus brought in through the transfer portal was Winston Tabbs. He's a 6'3" guard from Suitland, Maryland. As one of the captains of the team, Tabbs plans on making a difference instantly. According to Tabbs, the work has already been put in, so now it's time to show his talents every day.
I don't think anything has changed for me as far as me being a player since I've been in college. It's just been the positions that I've been in, and so now I just be myself.
Cameron Hobbs is one of the 4 players returning for the Bears. After being coached under Brodus for the first time last year, Hobbs knows what to expect in practice and during games. Cameron Hobbs is ready for his new role and has adjusted with the new team just fine.
Everything has been good. The team chemistry good. We've been all working good on and off the court, in the weight room, study hard. Everything right now, we just getting the missing pieces together.
With the season less than 2 weeks away, Coach Brodus is preparing them for their first opponent, the University of Arizona. Winning is on the forefront of this new team's mind.
Go about our business in a winning way every day, not some days, not some weeks, every day. And I think the guys are buying into what we're trying to do.
Next up, we have Cameron Kelly with a few of his takes from Thursday's football game against North Carolina Central.
After another frustrating loss against North Carolina Central on Thursday night, I went to bed, cried some tears, and I woke up with some new reflections today. The defense is playing at an incredible pace. They held the North Carolina Central offense, the number 1 ranked offense in the MEAC and number 14 ranked in the country that averaged 35 points. They only held them to 16 points. The Bears also held the Celebration Bowl MVP quarterback Davius Richards to season-low numbers, excluding the game against UCLA when he was hurt. Morgan State defense also ranked number 4 in the country in takeaways and is tied for 10th in sacks. And here's some things we need to improve on in order to get these last remaining wins within the MEAC conference. The first thing we got to do, I got to talk to offense. Bro, score the ball. Please, score the ball. We only averaged 13.6 points a game. That's not even 2 touchdowns. We gotta score. We gotta score. We have too many playmakers that can stretch the field vertically, and we can just stretch the defense out so we can expand the run game as well. We have electric players such as Travion Pratt, number 16, Anthony James, who had the 2 incredible highlight plays, the one-hander Odell type joint, you know what I'm saying, the one-hander Odell. And then we had the other highlight when he hurdled a guy on the team sideline. Both of them ESPN top 10 plays right there. Another thing we have to do, Morgan State has to cut down on penalties. The Bears averaged 16.8 penalties and 64.2 yards per game. Last night, same recipe of losses. We had turnovers and penalties. We had 9 penalties with 93 yards total, and then we also had 2 turnovers. These are not recipes for successful teams, and we cannot win like this. I'm afraid that we're going to be wasting a historically great defense this year because we cannot score north of 15 to 14 points. Now, before I get to venting, I'm going to pass it back to Kelsi. Please, Kelsi, back to you.
And here at The Morgan Show, we want to show our support in honor of the National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Pink together, stronger forever. I'm Kelsi Jones, and for all of us here at The Morgan Show, thank you for watching.
Tell my story across the world, look mama, I'm doing it right. Yeah, I'm a man, but I still cry, and it's hard to sleep right at night. See, I'm a soldier, and I'm getting closer to the life that I like. Cause we getting older, life getting shorter, I'm married to match my off-white. Really living a movie, you ain't me, so I don't care what you used to.